It's official now. I dropped out of school. Since the ending of 2019, like beginning of 2020, I don't know, I've just been thinking about the whole school thing, the whole school system, if it's for me, if I really want to do this, especially that 2020 time, I was writing all those exams, JAM, those paper. I was just having all these questions, all these things, but anyways, I still wrote the exam, and I didn't tell anybody about it because I was scared. I was very scared to death. But in my heart, deep down, I still knew that no matter what, I'm not going to go to school. Like when I say school, I'm talking of university. I finished from secondary school 2020. That's where the last year sets that wrote exams and all that. So that period, 2019 to 2020 time, I was stumbling on all these books. First of all, at first I never really left school. I was always feeling and all that. But at the time, my parents were somehow broke, so they couldn't really pay my school fees and all that. Like, they couldn't pay it frequently. So at that time, if you don't pay your school fees, you can't carry your results. So they didn't really see my performance. But sometimes they would see it, but it was very rare. I think from SS2, whether second term till I graduated, they didn't see my results. So it was only SS1 and SS2 first thing. So, but that's not the main point is I was just thinking all this while, all these days, I'm just thinking, and I started planning. I would tell them, but like I said before, I was very scared because of two main things. Number one is just how they will react. Imagine you just go to your parents, I'm dropping out, or I thought it was so. Especially if you're in Nigeria, you're in Africa, you know, here we worship like bow down to school and education and a degree and all those things. And two, just the fact that the whole world will be against me. Like I'll now have to suffer now. I'll have to actually go and do. I can't chill at home again. I can't just come to the house and just be chilling. Now I have to be hustling. Now I have to be crying. Now like my future, my destiny is literally in my hands now. You know, they always say that your destiny is true, but like now the ball is really in my court now. So like if anything goes wrong now, it's going to be on me. I'm the one that will suffer it if I do any stupid mistake, if I don't hustle enough, if I don't do anything, like it's going to be on me. So those were the two main things, and you know, probably if you're going to do something that is completely outside your parents' will, outside the norm, normal thing people do, you're probably going to have to move. Like it's either they will kick you out by themselves, or you yourself you have to pack your things or if not, because as long as you stay in their house, you have to play by their rules. Where will I go to? Where will I run to? I told you I'm turning 18 by September, so I don't even know anything. These four corners of this house, that's all I know. The highest I've ever stayed away is only something like camp, or we'll go and visit our grandpa or cousin, something like that. That's always the highest. I've never left the house. I've never traveled by myself. I don't even know how they even apply for a job, how they even do. I don't know nothing about it. So just the thoughts that I'll be the one that will be hustling by myself, it was very scary for me. So that's why I just kept pushing it to the side. Even though I knew deep down I should tell them. I remember many times, like December, I said the day I'm going to write post-UM, I would tell them I'm not interested. As usual, I was scared, so I pushed it aside. Just literally April. I remember I said April 1st, I would tell them, but I didn't still tell them. So recently, we're in August. We just entered August yesterday, as of the time of recording this. So today's 2nd. In June, the registration for this new set that just entered the university now started. So it hasn't started, I think, since May. But because I've still been on the fence, I'm not very sure. Should I go? Should I not go? Should I go? Should I not go? Even though I knew deep down I don't want to go, this is not what I'm supposed to do. This is not where my heart is. Like I feel there's something out there bigger for me. It is not to say that anybody that is going to invest, anybody is going to college, whatever they call it, is making a mistake or doing something bad. My own philosophy, my own opinion is, as long as it is in your heart to go or not to go, you should follow your heart, because everybody's story is different. For example, like me, I might drop out and I will still do well. That's how my own story is supposed to go. You might supposed to go to college. That's how your own story is supposed to go. So you have to focus on your story, not my story. So that's just the thing. So time was going, weeks were passing by, months were passing by. I'll be at home. They were disturbing me, go and pay this thing, go and pay this thing. The meet after the clearance, on them I won't finish. Even my friend, my only friend that still communicates with recently. I've not called him in about 2 weeks now, but he keeps twisting the same thing. That will call me. First question to this: have you done your clearance? Go and do your clearance. Clearance is closing very soon. My former lesson teacher too, I'll see him on the road. Same thing. Have you done your clearance? Clearance is closing soon. My other brother, my cousins, have you done your clearance? Clearance is closing soon. So time was going. April, May, June. Time is going. July. I'm still thinking. This Thursday that just passed. I think on the 29th or 30th or so, I just passed me ATM card money inside, so I should go and pay everything. So I said okay. And even before then, so when they always tell me to go and pay, I would just be using style to do like, just go on, drag myself. I'll be there, I will see that I'm trying to avoid it. They finally gave me no excuses, I should go and pay. So I took the card. Because I knew that if I go, other days they have been disturbing, they still disturbing earlier so that I should go and find out. I will just give excuse or the other. But finally go, tell me, finally go. So I now went to find out. So the assistance fees about 60,000 and some other things that I don't really care about. I went that day and I just took the card. So I should withdraw 1,000 to do things like photocopying or small pay all those small things, transport, photocopying and whatever I need to do. So I withdrew the 1,000 from the money. I think it's about 70,000 that was there. This was now 60 something rest, which is enough for the acceptance. I took that 1,000 and I bought whether biscuits or this school visit or something like that. It's a restaurant or so. But I didn't go there to eat. I packed a biscuit and I just sat down there and I was just thinking about YouTube, watching a video after a video about how to tell parents about your dream. How to tell parents. Just very scared. So I knew I was supposed to tell them that same day. I said that when I get home I will tell them, but as usual I was scared again. So I one thing or the other I couldn't tell them. That same Thursday Friday, in the night they later collected the card to go and pay for something else. They said that do I still have money there? So I was like yes. Even though when I first came I lied. They asked me have I paid, of course, and I lied. Yes, I paid for this one. This I've been coffee guy did this. So I shall lied. Now I still have small money here that I wanted to pay for something. I said so when they went to pay for whatever they went to pay for, and they found out that I've not been paid anything from it. So they later found out and they were like, you say you have paid, so how come the money is not still here? And what did I not go and do that day? So as usual I started coming up with excuse again. So let me just narrate what happened today. As of the time of recording this now, it's 10:09 in the morning, 10 in the morning. So yesterday night they told me, or yesterday they told me again that today I was going to pay and all that. So okay. So in the night again I did night browsing. I used to do night plan because as of right now data is somewhat expensive, so I can't afford it. I have a feeling like if the universe or God or whatever you call it, let's just use God because it's God, I'm a Christian, I'm friends with God. So if God wants you to do something, I feel even if He does not tell you directly, maybe directly through a dream or through maybe you hear His voice magically. I don't know, I've never really heard God's voice magically that will speak to your ear like direct. I've not heard that before, but I feel like if He doesn't give you those like obvious signs, through little things, you will know. Like for example, I want to drop out, but I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do or not. So how do I know if this is the right thing to do or not? The first thing is you can never really know if it's the right thing to do or not because we're all human beings. You won't like it's someone like fog or dew. The place is all blurry and all that. So you won't know what is in that fog until you walk into it. It's when after you enter inside that fog or that mist and you see what's at the other side. So whether it's right for you or not, you won't really know until you actually go and do that thing. But I think some subtle signs they will give you is, for example, how come almost all the YouTube videos that I now watch or show up on my YouTube feed is I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk. Check the guy out, it's very awesome. How come almost all the videos is about him, and those videos are always talking about dropping out, telling your parents no, that you want to do your thing, and just like following your hearts and their. Apart from Gary Vee, even though I did some research on my research for those type of videos, how come it's majorly those type of videos that show up in my movie? When I'm reading books, many of the books I read, how come that same topic is keep repeating itself over and over and over and over? I don't know where I saw it, but there was a quote like, if you were not meant to do something, it won't begin in the first place. Yesterday night, or this morning, around 3-4, I did my night browsing again, and watching video again. So I was watching this guy, Better Ideas, that guy. I was watching his video, and he was talking about how we like put off tasks we know we should do. Since we know we're supposed to do tasks, we just like ignore them purposely because they are dreading, they are painful. So and the guy was like, whatever you know you have been putting off, you should go and do it right now, like now. Do it now. So just like I said, if God is directing you, or if you are supposed to do something, you feel like you subtle signs, it might not be obvious, like maybe you might not dream and see an angel in your dream that will tell you drop out or start the business or go to school, or subtle signs that maybe something like if it's a video you watch, it might click, or a book you read, like something might come out to you that will click, or a signboard or a song, something like that. You know, serious click with me. That thing I'm putting up is telling my parents and everybody that school is not my thing. I should go and do it now. So, but it was around 3-4 in the morning, so I didn't know I was supposed to do it. So this morning again, everybody woke up, and after morning devotion and all that, they called me to their room again, and they were asking me that the card, the money is still there. Like the money, I said I paid, but the money is not still there. How come? Like how? So I was giving the excuse again, cyber cafe, something. The excuse I was giving before was I wanted to be like evening time. I want both of them to be in the room at the same time, more than my father, so I would just drop it once and just tell them this is what's going on. But just like I said, things can never go as planned. Fortunately, that period is in the morning. They were preparing for work or school, whatever they were going to do. I just felt that it's time to tell them. So first of all, I'm coming that I snapped something that I want to shoot. So I allowed it to go and carry the phone. And as they called me that time, my heart started to beat like very, very, as if someone points gun to your head. The way that way your body was shaking, that heartbeat. I was beating like that, my chest was heavy, so I was scared again. I'm supposed to just like normally pretend and say, okay, maybe I'll go today and pay. So later they called me again. My mom now came to meet me in the room, and I showed her a list and snap where I think about the money, about our online clearance or something. Then I now showed her, and she was saying, hey, see what people are supposed to pay here, this one, that one. So, then I told her, let's go to their own room again where my father was. So both of them went there, and they were talking like, the acceptance fee, if you better pay now, time is going with this way, that way, this way. My heart was like, I was scared. My hands started shaking, my legs started quivering, my voice was like, so I was very scared. I took a few deep breaths. So we were talking, and I told them I have something to say. I've been thinking about it for a while now, since 2019. I don't want to go to school. If you see my mother's face, her face just like. So I finally told them. But surprisingly, it didn't go. Like the funny thing is that as I told them, the anxiety and the fear and everything just started coming down. So I started to feel normal again. So after I said it, so they sat me down. As usual, just like parents would do. Talking that, see. I told them, they now asked me like why, and I told them like I feel like I'm called to do something different, and school is not part of that thing, and I don't know what exactly that thing is, which I'm pretty sure it's this YouTube and a few other online stuff, and just making an impact in general. But I don't really know what that thing is. I want to be honest, like still don't really know what that thing is. Like I said, you can't really know until you actually go into that thing. So I don't really know what it is, and I will find out. But as of right now, I feel school is not the way for me. And they sat me down and they were talking, parents, they are loving parents. that see I should still go. This example of somebody that doesn't go and somebody that goes, there will be big difference. This example, that example, and why I should see my mom. She actually knelt, like she literally knelt down, like she knelt down on her knees, and she was like, "Please, I should go." And I was just like, "Oh my god!" Because even all these YouTube videos I've been watching, they always told me the same thing. Like if you want to do something that is completely outside the norm, they are not going to just say like, "Okay, yeah, thank God he wants to do something different." They are going to like try and stop you. They are going to prevent you from doing it, but not because they are wicked or they hate you, but majorly because they love you, because they are trying to protect you and they want the best for you. And the advice they even gave in all those videos was, when you want to tell them you shouldn't be like defensive and aggressive, and tell them school is rubbish, it does not serve anything, it's people don't know anything about old school, and you shouldn't cry, just crumble and start crying and say, I want to go. So I was able to keep my cool. Like I said, after the anxiety, let's say like 2 minutes into the discussion, I just didn't feel anything again. I was just completely numb. And I was like, wow. Long story short, I tried to discuss with them and tried to tell them that, look, this is my point of view. I don't want to go. I don't feel this is my calling. I don't feel this way I'm trying to go. And them too, they secure their own point of view. They know more than me, so I should definitely go. That this is what has happened to so many. That if I go, it will help me in my YouTube journey and my online listing. And I was just like, anytime they're listening, and again, so later I left there to go and do other house chores and all that. And my mom literally came and she like begged, like, please, I should go. And just tears running down my face, and I was just like, because all those videos that I watch, they still say the same thing, like your father will just be angry, he won't want to see you, and your mother will start crying, and your whole family will just like, you become the black sheep of your family. That's what all those videos do. My mother was just crying, and I was just, because me, I'm not a bad child, that's the thing. And for you to start seeing your own mother cry, like real tears, eyes are red, and don't like that kind of thing. So they shout there, my mom has gone out now, my dad is about to go out. So he said I should get dressed, that he's going to work, I should follow him. And my own thoughts, my own conclusions. First of all, like I clapped for myself after I left them, because I finally just told them, like I just told them what was on my heart, because since 2019, and 2019 it wasn't really serious, it's just like a random thought, but throughout 2020 I've been thinking of it very well, and even till 2021 up to July, August, it still has been there. So I've worked, even I've said it since, but at least I finally said it today, so thank God for that. Yeah, I'm sweating. I don't know anything, like I said, I'm only 17, about turning 18. What do I know? I've not left this house before, the four corners of this house. Anything outside there, I know nothing about. So I can't start acting like I'm some wise 80-year-old man that has seen the world. But at least I do know that if it is put in your heart to do something, especially if things completely outside the normal, like something like dropping out and starting YouTube or business or whatever it will be the case, you should do. Because even if you don't do it, and we're like, if I'm in school, I can still be doing the YouTube at the same time, which is very true. But I think the thing is going to play out like this. There will be like 3 stories. I don't know if you play all those games that there will be like you should choose what will happen, what you want your character to do. So, and the thing about all those games is that once you choose one part, the story will change. So to me, I feel that there are 3 options. The first one, or the first option now, is the world I want to do, just completely drop out and focus on my dreams, my whatever, just do it. The second one is go to school and still do the YouTube or whatever I want to do part-time. And the third one is just go to school and just ignore and forget YouTube at all. And the thing about this theory is that yes, each of these stories or each of these 3 parts, you are going to learn something you never knew before. So if I maybe drop out and just follow it full time, maybe I might learn something like survival skills, maybe something like how to hustle, how to generate something from nothing. I might literally learn that. But if I follow maybe or go to school or be doing YouTube on the side, maybe I might not learn that, but I might learn something. Like I might maybe see my future wife, for example, something like that. My future wife might be there, or I might have an experience that will just completely change my life. Or the same thing, the third one too. If maybe I just go and say no YouTube at all, it might, like, something might still happen too. Maybe at the end I might see a best friend, or for example, since I wasn't doing YouTube video, I didn't go to one open field in the night to film a video, then I won't get shot. So like each of these stories, these three parts have their own purpose, like their own lessons to come with. So each whichever part I take, like, you won't know the other part. So if I just go in full time, I'll never know if I went to school I would have been better, or I'll see my future wife, or I'll never know if I go to school and do it half time. I'll never know if I would have actually been successful at YouTube, or I would have actually something good, something special would have actually happened here. My own conclusion is you should just follow your mind and you should pray about it and all that. I know recently I've been lacking my praying. I don't pray that much again. I don't read the Bible as much, but I should get back to it. But you should pray about it and think deeply about it. That now, whichever one your heart says, no matter what your father, mother, brother, sisters, cousins, friends, strangers, whatever they say, you should follow it. Because if you listen to them, they don't, like, it's your life, not their own. And at the end of the day, they are trying to help you. They love you a lot. That's why they are disturbing you. If not, if they didn't really care, if they didn't love you, waiting beside them, they often want you to feel, but they don't want you to feel. That's why they are bothering you to not do what you want to do. In my own case, which is dropping out and doing all these things. So, and that's one thing I just keep in mind now. So even sometimes when they, like that time my mom was crying, I was just like feeling like, stop crying now, don't you, like, can't you see the internet is like the next thing, especially in Nigeria here, that we're backwards. Why are people still keeping this mindset that school is the only way? But I didn't say it because I understand that they love me a lot, because it's like as if you're walking on the cliff, right? This is a cliff and this is the edge, and you just like fall, and they're trying to prevent you from falling. But what they don't know is that when you're falling, in that process of falling, you figure out how to fly. So if you don't fall, you will never fly. So, but the way I'm saying, it's not like it's going to be easy, or like my life is just going to be smooth or better. If you're dropping out, especially in somewhere like Nigeria, you should be ready to suffer, like really suffering. You leave the house because you want to do menial jobs, bricklaying, all those, like, it's going to be very hard. And it's not going to be just 1 week or 6 months or 1 day or 1 year thing that 1 year later I have money and I have money. All those videos I watch, they are always usually like, this time you should give yourself is 10 years or 8 years, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not dropping out, or I'm not going to school, it's still since I'm dropping out. Not because I want to buy the latest car, or I want to be the richest man, or make, I don't know, or be a big man. I want to do it because I feel like this is how my story is supposed to go, and there are hidden lessons that if I don't follow these paths, I will probably regret it in the future. When I'm 24, 25, when I get older, definitely I can still like do YouTube and all that. But by then, everything would have changed, and the story too would have evolved to another thing. So if I don't do it now, that what if, that question mark will always be there, and you will never know the answer, no matter what. As long as you feel it is in your heart to do it, and it is a right thing, not like you want to do Yahoo, or you want to go and be a arm robber, a fraud or something bad. As long as it's right and it is in your heart, anytime you open YouTube, those type of videos come to your home screen. Anytime you read a book, that same topic keeps repeating itself over and over. Almost any song you listen to, it's still telling you the same thing. Go and do it now, go and do it now. I think it's a sign from God or the universe, whatever you call it, that it is time. This is where you're supposed to go. And if you don't do it, at the end of the day, you will still regret it. So, amount of birds, as you can see, I'm sweating like crazy. Yeah, it's hot. So that's it. I told them finally I'm dropping out, and their reaction wasn't the best, but at least they didn't smack me in the face or blow me. But I'm sure things are going to get worse in the coming days, because I told you my mother was really crying, like tears, red eyes, tears. She was crying. So just imagine what the next like 1 week, 6 days would be like. it's just going to be a frustrating process. But like I said before, as long as this is the mission, this is your story, you have to be. And it's going to take very long and to be very hard and frustrating. But as long as God puts it in your heart, this is how the story is supposed to have gone. You will definitely win the war. But you have to be ready to fight. And so far it's shit for like 10 years. So that was what has happened to me. Today is August 2nd, 2021. I told my parents I'm dropping out. Something I feared to do for like something I never thought I would ever do in my life, but I actually did it. And I'm now confused now because now everything is real. It's no more just a motivational video I just watch on YouTube or what I write in my diary when I feel like expressing my thoughts, but just videos I record that is real now. I've dropped out. I have to actually do something. I have to actually succeed or make money or build a business, whatever it's supposed to be. So, but as long as it's the right thing, like I said before, I feel God is going to back me up and I'll make it true. So, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.